Legends are not born, they are forged, tempered in the fires of fate, sharpened by trials, and tested against the will of gods. Some are chosen, destined to rise above mere mortals. Others carve their own path, defying the heavens themselves. This is the tale of one such being, a warrior child of divine origin. A force too great to be bound by destiny, that is Nezha. He was no ordinary child. Born from the essence of the cosmos, carried in his mother's womb for 3 long years, he entered the world not as an infant, but as an enigma. A being of both celestial and mortal blood. But was his birth a gift, or a curse? Nezha to some was a savior, to others a threat. But to all, he was a force beyond control, a warrior who defied the gods. A son who rebelled against his own father. A soul who shattered the chains of fate and became something more. In the time of the Shang dynasty, a powerful general named Li Jing and his wife, Lady Yin, prayed for a child. But their prayers were answered in the most unusual way. Unlike ordinary children, Nezha stayed in his mother's womb for 3 years and 6 months before being born from a ball of flesh. His father, General Li Jing, feared this was a demon and tried to destroy it. But before he could act, the ball of flesh burst open, revealing a boy with divine energy. Nezha was no ordinary child. From the moment he entered the world, the forces of heaven and earth bent to his will. He was destined for greatness, but his power, it was not meant for mortals alone. The gods themselves watched over him, for he carried within him the strength to shake the balance of the heavens. Gifted with divine weapons, he wielded the fire-tipped spear, a weapon imbued with celestial fire, capable of piercing through the scales of dragons and the armor of demons. With a single thrust, he could set the battlefield ablaze. The universe ring, a weapon forged from the very fabric of creation, could crush anything in its path with divine power. And then there were the wind-fire wheels, his legendary means of travel, allowing him to move like a streak of fire across the heavens. With these, no enemy could outrun him, and no battlefield could contain him. But power alone was not enough. Nezha was trained by the great immortal Taiyi Zhenren, a master of the celestial arts, who taught him not just how to fight, but how to command the very elements of nature. He could summon wind and ride upon the clouds, command fire with a mere thought. A warrior of divine blood, a protector of the innocent, but also a spirit too wild to be controlled. Nezha's fiery spirit led him to trouble. One day, he angered the Dragon King of the East Sea, and this was the beginning of chaos. For years, the people had lived in fear. The Dragon King's son, Bing, ruled over them like a tyrant, demanding tributes of gold, jade, and even human lives. None could resist him. None dared to defy him. But Nezha was not like the others. Nezha, the warrior child of destiny, the one who feared no king, no god, and no fate, refused to stand by and watch as the innocent suffered. His blood boiled with fury, his heart burned with righteous defiance. And so, he confronted the Prince of the Sea. Blow after blow, strike after strike, their battle tore through the heavens. The sky rumbled with fury, the ocean trembled beneath their feet. Nezha was swift, his movements like fire dancing upon the wind. But Bing was powerful, a force as ancient as the sea itself. With every attack, Nezha outmatched him. He was too fast, too fierce, too relentless. Bing had always been feared, but for the first time he knew what it meant to be hunted. The sea itself rose in rebellion. The sky darkened as if the very gods were watching, but Nezha did not waver. And then, in one final, unstoppable strike, Nezha brought the Dragon Prince to his knees. The Dragon King of the East Sea felt his son's life fade from existence. Rage, grief, vengeance, these now burned within him.
Who dares to take the life of my son?
The Dragon King would not let this insult stand. He would take his vengeance to the heavens themselves. And so, he went before the Jade Emperor, demanding justice. Demanding Nezha's execution. To protect his family, Nezha made an unthinkable choice, a choice no child should ever have to make. He would not run. He would not beg for mercy. Instead, he would offer his own life, surrendering his body to the Dragon King as repayment for the life he had taken. In that moment, Nezha did not die. He transcended. His body, once bound by mortal flesh, returned to the earth, but his spirit, his essence, was reborn. He was no longer just a rebellious child, no longer a pawn in the games of gods and demons. He had become something more, A warrior unchained, a force beyond destiny itself, his journey had been one of pain and defiance, of sacrifice and rebirth. He had faced death and returned, not as a mere son, not as a mere warrior, but as a legend. Even today, Nezha's name is spoken with reverence and awe. His spirit lives on, not just in myths, but in the hearts of those who dare to defy fate. Nezha's story is more than a legend. It is a lesson. A lesson in courage, resilience, and the power to forge one's own path. What about you? Will you let destiny decide your fate? Or will you rise and take control of your own story? If this tale has inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more legends of freedom and rebellion.